Now, breaking news from Carol Evans.
We are following that breaking news where Minnehaha Academy, a portion of the building has collapsed. We did speak with school officials a short time ago, and they tell us all students are accounted for. If you take a look at these pictures from Sky 11, you can see smoke rising from a portion of the building. That's the area that has collapsed. MPD now confirming to us that one person has died. 3 of those patients are critical, 4 serious. I tell you, all the streets around this area are blocked. It was even tough for our crew to get here to the staging center.
Reporter Adrian Brodus from our affiliate KARE 11 on the scene.
Here in Chanhassen, Minnesota, the crowd continues to grow outside of Paisley Park. Just over my shoulder, there are dozens of bouquets that well-wishers have left behind. We've all heard about hardships. In life, we all face them, some more severe than others. Chris knows I don't have a dog because he brought his dog to work one day. I think I jumped on my desk out of fear. Granted, folks have argued that the Republicans have had a 7-year runway. They had their chance. Of course, President Trump wanted to keep his promise, but he said yesterday, I should have listened to my instinct. His first thing, he said he wanted to focus on tax reform, but he listened to Ryan's Priebus.
And just like anybody else, any other single mom.
All right, well, you do it well and you look great. You look like you're getting lots of sleep, but I don't know how you do it. We appreciate you.
I haven't been, so I kind of love you right now.
Oh, I love you too, J-Lo, since I was little. Jenny on the block. Donald Trump has had a tough week, from issues with his campaign manager to those statements he made about abortion. This interstate has been shut down in both directions for about 2 hours. And we even saw Valerie Castile set her grief aside. Her daughter, Philando's sister, Alize, stepped to the casket of her brother and wept.
And cried and
We've been crying for a year now.
Cried till you can't cry anymore.
Days of devastation started 10 days before their nephew would have celebrated his 33rd birthday.
My heart is still ripped apart. I'm still in disbelief that that what happened July 6th of 2016, that there's no vindication here in 2017.
Philando Castile's aunt and uncles hoped something good would come from their family's devastation. Castile, a legal gun owner, was shot and killed during a traffic stop. Nearly 1 year later, on Tuesday, the world finally saw what happened before Castile's girlfriend live-streamed the aftermath.
I was down in that court every single day, every day.
With opening arguments, I thought from seeing it that it would turn out differently. You talk about this culpable thing, me, myself, I talk about common sense.
I don't think they really grasp just that word, culpable. You know, he was negligent, but they probably just didn't understand the other part of it.
Had Philando not informed the officer that he had a firearm, would we be having this conversation today?
Probably not. Everybody's confused. They're confused on the verdict itself.
Yeah.
But they're confused on what do? Do we stand up and chant? Is there gonna get anything done?
If you all had the green light to fix it, whatever it is that you see as the problem, what would you do?
Do we go to our legislators, our lawmakers, our governors and mayors and ask them to do something? But what do you ask them to do?
It bothers me to even say we have to tell our young black kids how to act when they're encountered with the police.
For Clarence, he wants to do more than talk. He wants to wear the uniform. He hopes to start training behind the walls of the St. Paul Police Department.
What I really want to do is be able to go in and talk to our young children, our future generations, with this uniform on and let them know the police is nothing to fear.
Yeah.
And even after all of this, you still want to be a reserve officer?
I still want to do it because I think I have an obligation to our future generation. We'll share with these kids on how to handle situations, educate our kids, coming from somebody in a uniform, somebody of color. That's my plan. This was my plan before Phil got shot and killed. It got sidetracked, set to the side because I couldn't do it. Philando didn't have any children. His children were those 500 students up there at J.J. Hill. And I want to be able to touch those kids and give them some hope, some faith, some trust.
Carla, Summit Avenue opened about 4 minutes ago, and soon as police reopened this stretch of Summit Avenue to traffic, protesters took over this section of Summit, blocking cars. And we've seen this throughout the day. After those 20 people were arrested earlier today, 15 of them were cited and released, including that gentleman right there who's back out here protesting. He's wearing that white shirt with the message "Truth" on the back. At this hour, 10 people have been booked and they're sitting in jail, and others are being processed. After 20 days, St. Paul police arrested people occupying outside the governor's mansion.
This is unlawful!
One woman dragged by her feet. Christian Luger was among those 20 arrested for unlawful assembly.
Not until the cops come and try to impede on that love where it goes wrong. All the crime that's going on in our cities right now, all the people selling drugs, being raped, being murdered, you have all of these officers down here for these 30 people? That's ridiculous.
It's unacceptable.
Unacceptable. I could not argue with you on that point. I'm after a specific objective at this moment. Is that something that we can try and accomplish together or independently? That's what we're looking for, is to have people up on the sidewalk so that people can drive by and see this.
Mayor Coleman called some occupiers, like this teen who lunged at police, defiant and dangerous. As others treated his burning eyes and lungs with milk, the outrage continued. The group has been here demanding justice following the shooting death of Philando Castile.
We're not moving all our stuff. We're keeping our necessary supplies.
In the end, the attempt to reopen Summit Avenue failed.
Okay to use either arm for blood pressure?
Throughout life, we all wait for someone or something.
Sometimes it's rather quick, sometimes it's not quite so quick. So
Tom Meeks is waiting
poke.
for an update on the condition of his new heart.
And I'm just excited to feel it beat again.
Casey Heisler waits to hear the rhythm of that heart again. It was a Sunday. The phone call came at 4 a.m.
Do you have the right guy? Like, are you sure it's Matt?
Her brother Matt was a student at the University of North Dakota. In March, a house fire ended his life. Matt was 21.
He was very tender. From a little boy, he was always he had a huge heart.
Good to see you.
I see you, Doc.
And Tom, he now lives with that same heart.
You look awesome.
I'm telling you, I feel awesome.
When you get your license, you check that box, and you think it's just a small thing.
At 16, Matt signed up to be an organ donor.
There was no alternative for me except a transplant.
Because of Tom's age and other health concerns, 5 different hospitals refused to consider him for a heart transplant. But the Mayo Clinic gave Tom a lifeline, putting him on a waiting list for a new heart.
I am tickled that I'm doing as well as I am.
That's Tom, 2 days after he received that lifeline, thanks to Matt.
Proud of Matt. Really proud of Matt.
The heart that I grew up with and felt in all of my hugs when I hugged him, that it's still out there somewhere.
Today is finally here. Long awaited, by the way. Long awaited.
Pretty excited about this.
Obviously, in my case, they're always going to carry a very, very warm spot in my heart.
8 months after Matt died, Matthew's dad, Jared, his mom, Cheryl, and younger sister, Casey, embraced the heart they love.
Oh, wow.
Hi. You must be Casey.
Cheryl.
The waiting
Nice to meet you.
is finally over.
One more, Jared.
Hey, hello, man.
I woke up this morning and told
So nice to meet you.
Matt that Mom and Dad's coming today.
This is his graduation picture.
Both families shared memories.
Is this you?
And created new ones.
Add friend.
Because of Matt,
Oh, what a good picture.
Tom gets more time with his wife, Ann, and their 4 grandchildren.
Would you like to listen to your brother's heart?
And the Heislers get to hear from Matt again. A sister who only wanted to feel her brother's heart now gets to hear it.
We're all gonna listen. Do I do it this way?
Matt didn't just donate his heart. His generosity helped 60 people, A 46-year-old woman received one of Matt's kidneys. The other went to a 56-year-old woman. The life of a 61-year-old man was saved by Matt's gift of a liver.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, believe me, it's my pleasure.
Last one, Tom.
All right.
Comfort found in a moment, well worth the wait.
It's awesome.